Over the years, time teams dug in fields and caves and under car parks and in palaces, as well as in a fair few back gardens. But one thing we've never done is to dig up someone's living room. When the owner bought this 13th century manor house here at Nassington in Northamptonshire 35 years ago, it was just a derelict shell. While restoring it, she discovered it was much older than it appeared. Under here, she found evidence of what may be a Saxon hall. Now, documentary records show us that King Canute visited his estate here sometime during his reign. Could the Saxon remains under this floor be King Canute's hall? And can we find out in just 3 days? This is Nassington, a little village about 5 miles from Peterborough. At its centre, the manor house. But 1,000 years ago, neither the manor house nor much of the village existed. This was then a Saxon royal estate, and somewhere on it stood a great hall where King Canute once stayed. Are the remains of it under the manor house? And if so, can we find out what this, one of the earliest palaces in the country, looked like? This is one of those sites where quite a lot of work's been done already. This is a plan of Nassington Manor. This is what we think is pre-Saxon archaeology. This, we think, might be from the time of Canute, and all this is post-Canute medieval archaeology. Jane, who worked all this out?
We did. With a couple of archaeologists, we took up all the floors here, right round this part of the house, and did a full-scale archaeological excavation.
Can you orientate me?
Yes, indeed. This one here is a very large post hole just down here.
Just here?
Just round there, that's right.
Yeah. And is this a post hole here?
This is another post hole over here, which is quite a large one, which is round there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these long things here, what are they?
That's a silby, maybe the wall trench for the outside of the building, and that goes along the edge of this wall here.
Just under this,
yes.
This dead butterfly?
Yes,
yes.
yes.
There, yeah. And over here, is this
That's
a wall
the
trench?
other side of the building.
Here?
Yep, there, right the way along, yes.
Jo, does this look convincing to you as a Saxon hall?
Yes, I think we've got a tantalising glimpse here of a pretty convincing late Saxon hall, which would be a large timber building with great big posts supporting a big timber roof.
But Gary, at the moment, all this is a bit of a hunch, isn't it?
It is, Tony. 2 post holes don't make a hall. We don't know what size it is. How are we going to find that out? The only way we're going to find it out is by looking here.
To see if we can find another post hole?
Correct. And also through into the passage. And hopefully we'll find another post hole there. That way we'll be able to determine length, size, hopefully with the alignment.
But before we do any of that, we're going to have to get rid of the furniture. Bye.
We've got some very good local examples that should help us understand the building, because we've got bits and pieces of the jigsaw here, but by no means a full plan. This is a site at a place called West Cotton at Raunds, near Northampton, so not far from here at all. And you can see here that we've got a timber hall with 2 aisles on either side, with the post holes here. So very like the model that we're looking at, with deep wall trenches on either side.
I'm confused. Should an aisled hall have 1 set of wooden supports or 2?
Should have 2, but the problem we've got here is we've only got 1 set. Now it may be in the original excavation that the posts here were either missed, they were lost, destroyed during an earlier age.
Or maybe they didn't exist at all.
Exactly. So what we've got to look at is another scenario, and maybe these posts were central posts. So we may be looking for the rest of the building out here.
Hang on, so that means that the whole building could be inside that room going in that direction, or that could just be half of it, and the other half is out here.
Absolutely. And the only way we're going to find that out is by digging out here.
Most Saxon halls bear the weight of the roof on pillars or walls at the sides, so to find one with central pillars would be very unusual. But Gary's theory's got one big advantage. His supposed outer wall is outside the house, and we won't have to lift concrete to test it. Back inside the house, we can't yet say it's an aisled hall, but at least we're making some progress. At least Kerry is. But at the other end of the passage, Matt and Bridget are struggling. Aside from the hall, we also want to know about the wider estate. Comparison with other Saxon manors gives us good reason to believe that there should be plenty of buildings on this site as well as the hall.